there's this place called Reddit. Tasty, tasty Reddit. A lot of hate, a lot of evil doings done there. Anyhow, there's this page called Am I the Devil? Now we're going to be looking at different posts from Am I the Devil and see if any one of them could be a great candidate for our little team that I'm trying to build here on Hell. Now, how's that sound? Well, let's get going, shall we? So, this one is titled, My Wife Won't Talk to Me Anymore Because I Told Her Not to Talk to Me Anymore. This was originally posted in r/marriage. Okay. My wife, 31 female, and I, 46 male, have been together for 6 years, married for 2. So this is a very matured couple, in their late 30s. She used to talk to me all the time. She used to share her day with me, just randomly tell me her thoughts, stuff like that. How sweet. However, she also used to want to talk about problems we were having a lot. It felt like we were always talking about what I did wrong. She thought I spent too much time talking to exes. What a sweet little red flag. We were friends. I don't prioritize or overwork. It's my career. Am I supposed to quit? And mostly that I didn't care enough about her. It was so many different ways that she came to that conclusion, but it was like we were just always sitting down for a serious talk. So I told her about a year ago that I didn't want to talk anymore. I was just tired of hearing everything I was doing wrong. I provided everything we need. Can I just have a break? I told her that if she had a problem with the way I did things, then she could get out of my house and we get a divorce. She told me that she was trying to communicate because she didn't feel appreciated and that I had one foot out of the door, but I think that's ridiculous. I know it's harsh, but I was at my wit's end. So now a year later, she barely talks to me at all. Well, I wonder why. When I ask her about her day, she says, fine. When I talk to her about work or politics or my day, she says, oh, wow, cool, and kind of walks away. Her attitude isn't bad. She's very sweet, but it's like she just doesn't care anymore. I didn't want to talk about our problems anymore, but I didn't mean stop talking, period. We really don't talk about anything that doesn't have to do with our life/household. In the evenings, she just turns on the TV and we watch something until bed. Now I don't know what to do because I just found out today that she won a pretty big award at her job and she didn't tell me. Last Friday, she said she had to work late and it was school. I didn't ask. Today, I found out that she was really at a dinner where she was celebrated for this award. She invited some of her friends and her mom and brothers. I ran into her brother at the store today and he mentioned the dinner and said that he was sorry I couldn't make it. I asked what it meant and he said the dinner. How I wasn't able to go because I was sick. I asked him to explain the whole thing to me, so now he knows too. What am I supposed to do? Is she punishing me for something? Do I tell her that I know? Why wouldn't she tell me? I didn't think she'd take it this far and now I'm thinking she's being petty. Does anyone have experience here? I love my wife and I do anything for her. Really, anything. Clearly not. You didn't want to listen. But I'm so confused. Okay, well, first impression, I wouldn't call him the devil. I feel like that requires hehe, I would say. I wouldn't call him the devil. He's a little bit not evil enough for our recruitment process. Not qualified enough. I knew it. So they made an edit. Wow, a lot of comments. A couple people are asking about the exes. I have close contact with 3 of my exes. My previous wife calls me when she needs to talk. Her and her husband don't get along. I have 2 ex-girlfriends who I'm still friends with, and I was friends with them when I met my wife now. My wife doesn't like them because she says they cross boundaries, but honest to God, they're just friendly and we ended in good terms. It's nothing serious and I just don't want to give my friends up. First of all, if you have the energy and the ear to lend to your ex-wife, I think you should be able to do to your current wife. Pretty assholey to me. I'm not really sure if that qualifies as the devil, but what an asshole, for sure. Okay, let's see. I mean, it's actually kind of amazing of the woman. That pettiness. I mean, could you call it pettiness? She's been holding it in for a whole year, which is a pretty long time. But yeah, maybe a little bit of pettiness is right. But she's rightfully so. But this pettiness, I see, I admire that, I respect that. Now that's more of a devil category, don't you think? Let's see, any other update? Nope, it seems like he tried to talk to her last night and it didn't go well. But no other updates since then. So, what do we think? The comment says that the wife is probably saving to leave him and grey rocking him until she can pull it off. That could be. That's very cunning and I admire that actually. For 1 whole year, I don't know if I can keep up for 1 whole year after having my husband tell me that I talk too much. But yes, I don't think he exactly qualifies for hell. He's not the devil, but he's an asshole. So let's say 2 fires out of 5. Let's move on to the next candidate. Am I the asshole for taking my daughter's college fund so I could be Malibu Barbie now? I would say from that one title, one sentence, you are the asshole. I don't see in any other way why you wouldn't be. But let's see how bad it gets. I, 50 female. Wow, she's up there. Lost my husband 4 years ago. I also have a 16-year-old daughter. My late husband left me everything and told me to trust this lawyer. My husband had worked for 20 years as a doctor and did some minor investing, so I inherited over 7 figures. Now that's a lot of dough. A year later, I decided to list our home of 12 years and received an offer too good to refuse. With the inheritance as well as the influx of cash from selling the house, I decided to move my daughter and I to Malibu because we always dreamed of a home next to the beach. But my husband was exceptionally tight-fisted and called homes their money pits. I mean, maybe he's right. We found a beautiful home by the sea. I never personally handled anything regarding buying a home before, so I did not anticipate all the extra costs beyond the sticker price. But my daughter was so excited, so I decided to go for it. Okay, my late husband's lawyer was furious at my decision, so I decided to stop taking his calls. I ended up signing with a money manager who said that we'd be passively earning 90% of what surgeons earn per year. But the money manager ended up tanking a lot of our investments. Wow, I took the dwindling money out and made my own investments, which made it worse, and story short, because of all that, I only have around 35k available to me now, not to mention our debts. Oh my god. Poor husband. Poor husband. He spent 20 years working, saving up all of this money down the toilet. Sclabush. Just like that. Well, that's amazing. That's a talent, I would say so. Now, I'm not really sure what the husband is, but either heaven or hell, he's definitely hurting right now. Okay, with the amount available to me, I'm looking at only being able to pay 1 month of mortgage upkeep, and then I'm basically out of luck until my business gets client. Okay, at least she works. However, the place where we do have significant amount of money is the fund my husband started for a daughter. With the money there, I could prevent our credit cards from being shut down and not have to worry about the mortgage for many more months. So I ended up liquidating my daughter's college fund. I told her about it today and she was furious and said she cannot believe all her dad's work is gone. She also said she won't be supporting me for retirement. Am I the asshole for trying to fix my mistakes and trying to keep our house? Now that. Okay, so I was thinking that she was going to use the money to become what did she term it? Malibu Barbie, like plastic surgery. But she spent it on bad investment and buying a house in Malibu, which I feel like is a little bit less self-indulgent than what I thought it would be in the beginning. But yet, she could be just dumb. I'm not really sure if she has any devil qualities. I think she's just dumb. And in hell, obviously we need people who are bad intentioned, mean-mannered, but we don't need dumb employees. So this candidate is probably a no for me, but let's search further in. Seems like the comment kind of disagree with what I've said, that she's a little bit, she made a dumb mistake after another dumb mistake, and tight-fisted husband probably had a valid reason for not purchasing a home in Malibu. And using your daughter's future, fund for this. She could have totally just not moved into the house and, done something else other than reaching for that fund to begin with. I understand why the daughter is very upset, and rightfully so. I wouldn't support her for retirement if that happened. Yeah, I think she's kind of dumb for making that decision and a little bit selfish, but not the devil. She's not cunning. She's not devious. I think she was just a little bit dumb. So this candidate is a no for me. Probably 1 fire out of 5. Anywho, let's go look for the next candidate. So this was an r/anti-feminist post. Now I've got a tingling feeling that this one has good potential, just from the fact that it's an anti-feminist Reddit, and the title goes like this: have you noticed even chicks well into their late 30s and 40s think they can afford to be picky? Delicious red flags all over the place. Spicy. Okay. I find this extremely that's a yes. And, that's good for me because desperation is a great motivator. I can really reel it in, really use and exploit the desperation for them to work harder. So, this got potentials. Maybe his work ethic will be great now. Torturing women, men, child and all. Okay, women respond to this with, that's because, guys are just trying to use them for sex, so they're weeding those types out. What happened to the hookup culture and girls dick hopping? I'm not a Chad, but I'm well above average looking, which is it? They want casual sex or don't they? I think this is just another example of supply and demand. Men want and need women way more than the reverse because they are hornier, and this allows even the most average women to think they can afford to be this selective, even though these guys just want to F them. TLDR, the highly selective nature and entitlement of women of all levels of attractiveness is proof that men have it significantly worse in dating, and that women hold most, if not all, of the power. The fact that average-looking girls and women well into their late 20s and 30s and even 40s are as picky and stuck-up as hot 21-year-olds, expecting you to put in the same amount of effort and work for them as you would a much more attractive girl, is proof that men have almost all of the power in dating. Okay, well, first of all, you should own the fact that people just don't want to F you, man. Sorry, not sorry. That's that harsh reality. Instead of thinking that the world is wrong, ask yourself what is wrong with you, because you're one guy. You say the woman is entitled. All of the woman is entitled. That makes no sense, no. I would think maybe that you're entitled. Yeah, you're not doing something right. You just aren't. If you're a mechanic, you're fixing a car or something, and it's not going well, are you going to blame the car for it? I don't know if that analogy made sense, but what I'm trying to say is that if your approach isn't working, then it's something with you. There are women, plenty of women, who likes casual relationship, or some of them are looking for something a little bit more serious. But you guys still a stranger to begin with. There are so many things you have to jump over, getting to know them first, at least feel safe with them. They're not gonna just jump into bed with you, and you shouldn't either. As a man, you never know how these women are. It could be a murderer, a thief. Look, I know because, well, I work in hell, so I know men, women, both. You cannot underestimate their evil. Now, all I'm saying is, maybe if you are as good looking as you say, then what needs to change is your attitude, and that's all it will take. Or just be honest with yourself, are you really that good looking as you say you are? And also, are you really connecting with these people? You gotta make people feel safe and comfortable. I'm sure you also wouldn't want to be effing someone that you don't feel comfortable with, nor that you know them, like random strangers. They're not objects, they're people. They're humans, they have emotions. And this man is not thinking that way, so being able to objectify people is a great skill to have. And for hell, getting too attached is for the weak, so seeing them as a bunch of souls that needs to be tormented is actually a great skill. This guy has potential. I knew this guy would have potential. Now let's see what the comment thought. sexuality isn't a choice, who the frick would choose that? Interesting. Yeah, and also, with the age, older women tend to be experienced. I don't know why it's such a big deal, to be honest with you. We're all humans just living life. Why does it matter so much about all of these little things? Which makes it really interesting, honestly, to live in hell. Because at the end, we're all just going to be tormented souls. And we're in this together. So it's funny how little things like who lived a longer life matters. Anywho, so this candidate, I would give him 3 fires out of 5. Now I'm not quite sure. Maybe we need to do a second round of the interviews, but it has potential. But working in hell is a really tough job, so we need someone who is really, really bad. Now let's look at the next candidate. So this one is from our relationship advice. I pretended, already a bad beginning, to have a vasectomy. Worse, middle sentence. 2 years later and my wife is pregnant. Wow, who would have thought? Okay, so I pretended to have a vasectomy. 2 years later my wife is pregnant. Hello Reddit, have been long time lurker but I haven't posted. I am a frequent user of this app. However, my wife doesn't really like it, but I still want to be precautious as she knows my users, so this is my throwaway account. By the way, I put a TLDR on the bottom. I'm going through a horrible dilemma and I'm so deep in I have no idea what to do. My wife and I have just been married for 9 years and we have 2 kids together. We aren't planning on having any more. Well, my wife is set on that idea, but I wanted to have at least 5 kids. Of course, you're not the one growing the baby and, pushing it out of your tiny little hole. Anywho, and she only wanted to have 1 or none. This doesn't take away from the fact that she's a great mother. It's just her preference and her body. Just saying, going into the marriage, we sort of compromised to have maybe 2 or 3 kids. Okay, well, you guys already had the conversation. I am set on having 3, but she didn't want any more. It's been 5 years since having the first 2, and around 2 years ago, she was hell-bent on me getting a vasectomy. I wasn't comfortable with it and refused, but it became the center of our arguments. We dated for 5 years before getting married, so we have been together for our total of 12 years. When this occurred, now we have been together for 14 years. These were such lovely times and I didn't want to end our relationship on this, especially since we have kids together. So I agreed to the vasectomy after months of arguing. Well, I'm not really sure if that's the right direction. If he really didn't want to get it, that needed to be a boundary that is set. It is his body as well. But yeah, neither here or there. Fast forward to now. My wife is pregnant. She doesn't know how this could have happened, but I do. I never got the vasectomy 2 years ago. I pretended that I got it and told her someone else took me to the appointment, and I took a week off of work so I can recover from it. I tried to be precautious during sex by pulling out, but it clearly didn't work. Now my wife is furious as I told her that the vasectomy could have failed rather than telling her the truth. She's also scheduling appointments with lawyers so she can sue the practice in which I received the surgery. However, if they have the records, it will prove that I never got it. Now my wife is also thinking about having an abortion, but I am trying to convince her to drop this whole thing. And if anything, this child is a miracle. What should I do now? I'm worried if I tell her the truth that she will leave me. I don't want to lose her. She's the love of my life. I don't know what I can do without her. I know this is my fault, but please help me on how I should go about this. manipulation and the consequence that would come about from this manipulation is a huge risk, and you were willing to take that risk for your own self-interest, which is very self-indulgent. Abrasiveness towards the risk. I love it. He sounds like a good worker. Let's see what else is there with this information. I mean, I don't understand what he was expecting from this. I want to know what happened really, but there are no updates, which is kind of sad. But yeah, what do you think was gonna happen there, buddy? Obviously, you're going to get pregnant. I hope the wife leaves him. Obviously, it's never a good situation to have a broken family like this, but I can understand how the wife would feel so violated, you know. It was said and promised with consent, you know, based on the fact that he had vasectomy to do these sexual acts and, you know, trust him and whatever. So this is very like, it's as if a man, you know, took off their condom and did the deed. It's really, really wrong. It's effed up. And I don't think he understands how effed up it is. I feel like sometimes, you know, when you're in a relationship, things can get so intimate you forget that they're their own person. Like your partner is their own person with their own feelings. And so you have to ask them for consent. Even the tiny little thing like this. Well, not tiny, but things that seems like it's fine or whatever because you're so intimate and close with them. But no, you always have to ask for consent, and he definitely did not. So this is wrong, very wrong of him to do so. And he just forced her to have more kids just because he wanted to, which is also really, really wrong. I mean, just because you want 3 and she doesn't, you know, you gotta respect her wishes too, and she already compromised and have 2, and that's already been discussed. So backstabbing, you know, really, really, really shitty husband. But the thing is, he likes kids, which doesn't make for a good employee now, because sometimes we have children. The children that end up in hell can sometimes be very, very evil. So we need someone who can tolerate that, and I'm not really into people who are like kids, you know. So if I were to give a rating, I think it would be 3 out of 5 fires. What do you think? Yeah, I like all these other qualities except for the fact that he likes children. So yeah, 2 out of 5 fires. I think the other guy does better. The guy who anti-feminist, you know, couldn't see themselves dating anyone in 30s and 40s yet keep asking them out, thinking, you know, that they're entitled to F any woman. Yeah, he's still a runner-up for me. And yeah, we have time for one more candidate to review this time. Okay, so let's get going. The next one. Am I the asshole for putting my family in a difficult situation because I can tolerate an extra person in the bus? I hear self-entitlement. Yummy red flags. 19 female. Okay, well, she's very young, so maybe this is something she can grow out of. We're not really sure if someone so young can qualify as our candidate, but we'll see how evil she gets. 19 female, was going to travel to a different state for a cousin's wedding with my family. Initially, they decided to go through trains since none of us wanted to drive for 7 hours and attend the wedding tired, but I have severe motion sickness and I refuse to travel by train. a small family vacation as well. So my dad and him agreed on renting a bus, so I'll be more comfortable. That sounds fun. A family trip all together in a bus. I had some issues with this too because I do not like to travel with lots of people, especially when all of them are so fond of talking. The noise is not worth it at all, but I still agreed for my family. Now, a day before, I am informed that we have to take a teen relative with us because our parents do not want her to travel alone, and she's also invited at the wedding. My parents have no problem with it because they believe we can easily make some room for her in the bus. However, I honestly think one more member will make the environment more suffocated than it is already going to be. Okay, I told my parents I won't be traveling with them if she accompanies, and they said they can't back out now after they have told her parents they will take her with us. I have decided to skip this whole wedding and the vacation and stay home. This has put my family in a stressful situation because they think their vacation would be incomplete without me, and they do not want to leave me behind. Well, that's very sweet of them. My mom got overly emotional and said she won't be going either. Dad asked if she should book a bigger bus, and I declined because it's not about the size of the bus. I never wanted to travel with so many people. I really did not mean to see them unhappy or stressed when they should be excited for the vacation, and I can't help but feel guilty. I feel like I've ruined their trip, and yes, the answer is yes. Yeah, and that's the end of that. Well, she seems insufferable, really. Entitled, what did you expect to happen? I mean, so what? It's like one more person, and it's not like a random person, it's your family. Like, I understand sometimes, during the holidays, going to see your family, it can be insufferable, but it's like, for one day, for a wedding, it's totally fine. Like, you could hold it in for some days. I mean, I don't really know what's up with their family. Maybe there's something really, really, really effed up going on, Maybe they're really religious or, like, has a certain view and values that she doesn't agree with. But she hasn't mentioned any of that. If she had, I could slightly understand, because it can be tough to spend time with your relatives and family sometimes. I understand this. But yeah, I'm not sure. This one's a little bit hard to tell if she qualifies for this job. She could be the asshole, or she's not. I don't know. It just depends, really, right? We need more information. But if she's really just like, I don't want to hang out with all these people, and saying no because just that, then well, yeah, a bit of an asshole, not gonna lie, but it's not too bad. I don't know, maybe she's just 19, so she's a little bit selfish, and maybe that's a little bit to do with the way she grew up, maybe, I'm not really sure. But yeah, I don't think she qualifies for this job. Maybe like 2 fires out of 5. A little bit bratty and whatnot, but she's 19, she's young, she hasn't done anything that bad yet. What do you think? You agree with my ratings? In any case, I think we have today's recruitment option chosen. It is to the r/anti-feminist. Have you noticed even chicks well into their late 30s and 40s think they can afford to be picky? Guy, he is hired. I think he'll make a great addition to our team, and hell, we don't assign gender in hell. We all see them as just evil souls, so he might find it refreshing, really, to not have male and female. Kind of the non-binary existence in hell. So he might actually enjoy that, but I think the self-entitlement, can work very well in hell, and I'll make sure to use and exploit motivation so they would work harder here and now. Wow, I'm such a good boss. I'm great. Anyhow, this has been the recruitment process for today. We still need more people in our team, so we will continue to look for other applications. But for today, we have decided on this guy.